First thing, it's too narrow and it's too steep for people that do the pushing. And you can't meet anybody. If somebody was coming up halfway, another one coming down, somebody would have to back up in order to get by. It's going to be a problem in the winter with the snow and ice. Oh, and then some of the corners, you have to go pretty sharp to get around the corners.
It is steep because when I pushed him up with the manual wheelchair before he had this power one, and I really had to work hard. And I'm considered a strong person. So when I was pushing him, I had to lean quite a bit forward and stop in between there to get a little bit of breath and then continue. It's sad. It's going to be very hard for seniors or anybody who has a bit of a handicap that is not the strength that I am.
It just seemed a little tight and steep, and you could just change the angle of the long slope coming down, or even add another extra section with the landing in it.
Well, if you didn't have a chair that had a decent brake on it, you wouldn't be able to control somebody going down. It's too steep and too fast. Especially if you're in a motorized cart, how do you if it's icy in the winter, good luck trying to stop, because it's quite steep, so.
The amount of money they spent on this wheelchair ramp and everything, they probably could have spent it on an escalator or elevator.
There's a lot of money spent on the glamour and
the whole frontage,
the whole curb appeal, but it's not really what makes the person able to enter. And they didn't think of the person that actually needs those ramps.
Actually needs it. If every politician would use it, it would only take them half an hour to
make changes.
Yeah, I think so.
I could not believe it as I saw first time the way it is designed, is done. It makes me wonder whoever you give it a thought before they did that properly. It's very hard to walk on here. For me, I have no problem, but I have a wife who has health issues, and I have seen people here laying up trying to get on here. It's very hard to get up and down, even with a wheelchair. That makes me wonder in winter time, what will the winter be? It will be very hard.
It's a beautiful structure. It really is. It's very impressive looking. And I think that's really nice for the hospital. The ramp seems really, really narrow. And I can only imagine how difficult it's going to be in winter time when it's snowing and it's icy and there's people coming and going. And I mean, thankfully they're right next to the emergency room if something happens. But I mean, really, it's unfortunate. The other thing that I've been thinking about is these stairs. You've got a lot of elderly people who aren't in wheelchairs, who are coming to the hospital to visit their spouses, their siblings, their cousins, their friends, their family, and they've got to walk up these 2 flights of stairs. It doesn't make any sense why they would choose aesthetics over practicality. It just does not make any sense, and it's really quite sad.
The people that I talk to, they say that rail should have gone straight through.
So they have nothing to hold on to?
No, that's exactly what they're saying.
I would think they could have maybe made an elevator, or at least a roof over here that when it rains and we have to, either those that want to walk the ramp, they have to go there and there. We have a friend that's in here. She is waiting to go to the rest haven, and her sister is also in bad shape. Mentally she's good, but she's in bad shape, and she doesn't visit her sister half as much as she would, because she just can't walk those, even the ramp is too hard for her.
She always goes up the ramp because she herself has to go with a walker, see, and she has a hard time going up on the ramp.
I work at the Clear Spring Medical Clinic, so we have a lot of patients that come here regularly to get blood work done and tests done. And on contacting patients, I've often heard, or they've often told me that they haven't gone for their blood work because they don't know how they're going to go up the stairs. So they've been using some of the cancer care facilities to enter the hospital, but those facilities are only open, I believe, till 4 o'clock, so it just makes it really difficult for patients to try and figure out how they're going to negotiate their trip to the hospital.